Hey guys, thanks to Tim Acklinchman, RC. As you can tell, got another cool project. What you're looking at is a 1986 Royal Products Corp Royal Ripper. What a neat buggy this is. I've been trying to hunt one of these down for years. I was able to get enough parts to make this one complete, and I think it looks the business. I really like these a lot. So, those that don't know, Royal Products Corp is a company that was based out of Denver, Colorado, and they would make some pretty cool things. But they make a lot of helicopter and airplane stuff. But they ventured into RC, which is really cool, and they would make two RCs only. They would do the Royal Crusher. Hope to do that one soon on the channel, and then we got the Ripper here. Also, there is another car that shares this chassis and design. That is by Thunder Tiger, and it's called Tiger. I would love to get my hands on one of those. So if you guys know where one of those are, please leave a message in the description. I would love to have this one with that for a video in the future. So, yeah, I'll show you a snippet of my friend's picture of the manual that he used to have of the Thunder Tiger right now. So pretty cool buggies. You definitely could tell they were after Tamiya's 1985 Hot Shot. That's such a huge hit for that company. That was a very popular RC car, still today. I hope to be restoring a Hot Shot on the channel, but I do have one of its cousins that we will be doing. This is the Super Shop vintage one, so this in really poor shape, so got a lot of work ahead of me on this one, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, super cool. Let me show you underneath the bonnet here. So it has four-wheel drive and it's four-wheel steering on this bad boy. Right here. And you can see the single servo that handles the steering system. So it's pretty neat. I definitely recommend if you're going to be driving one of these, get a pretty tough torquey servo, because it's got double duty. So and how you set this one up is I have this one set up on a larger throw for the front and not so much of a throw for the rear. So you sort of want your rear to not be as powerful as the front. You want the front ones to be have more steer angle. So these do suffer from brittle breakage of the plastics, and mainly around this section right here, because there's no support on the bottom right here, the way it was engineered. You sort of see it. So that you would find these chassis, a lot of them broken on eBay or stuff like that with these cars. So notorious for breakage right there. There's other areas too, some of the shock supports and stuff like that. But that was the main problem for this car. Probably really what solidified its demise. But with the Royal Crusher, we're going to remedy that scenario. So I have plans when we're restoring that one, how to fix that. Because I do want to jump this a little bit. Not much, but I do want to hit a bump or two. So, yeah, we have to redo some stickers and redo the lights here. We painted the driver. Although the body of the driver is actually integrated into the top plate here. Just the helmet and the guy's face comes off, but not the body. So, pretty interesting. These do have super beefy drive axles. You can sort of see it. So, a bit of overkill, I would think, but it looks good. And yeah, the shocks aren't the greatest. They work, but they're not good. The coils are kind of chunky. So, yeah, I did take it for a test drive. It does drive pretty good. Right back here, I'm running a quick run 1060 ESC. This is the heatsink, spin heatsink that would go right back here. So when it's not running, I will take the ESC out and put the heatsink back in right there to give it the look. I do have the MSC that's in here, but I'm not running an MSC in here. The motor was long past gone. It was a rusty mess, so I took the motor out and put in another 540. Just so happens to be a little bit better anyways, but not leaps and bounds better. This is a 25 turn high torque 540 by Mabushi. So a good little motor right there and not expensive at all. I think I only paid $15 for that motor. So, but yeah, pretty cool. I do have my super strong JR servo in here to kind of get everything dead center. These can be a little issue and problematic to get the car to go straight. They typically will have that wandering effect going forward if you don't set it up properly. And that could take some time to get all the tie rods and everything coordinated as to one unit. So pretty cool. If you guys have a history of the Royal Ripper, let us know down below, or the Tiger by Thunder Tiger. That'd be awesome to know. Or even by this guy, the Crusher. But yeah, super stoked to get this one all done up and restored. It was a long time coming for me to get this car, and I absolutely adore this thing, even though it is it is a bit of a mess. But I just think it's pretty cool, and it's kind of sad thing in RC history that this company only was able to produce a couple products in the car world. So they had potential, but I guess the competition was just a little too heavy for them. But anyways, we're going to break it all down. I'll show you what I had to do to make the Ripper look like this, and then we're going to go for the running portion of the video. That's going to start right now. All right, so now we're getting ready to break down the Royal Ripper, and hopefully everything looks pretty good. No broke parts, so fingers crossed. Let's get started. All right, let's open up the rear gearbox and see what it's like. Okay. And there we have it. Fairly clean though, nothing too crazy. So I'll give it a good wash and put this thing back together again. Make sure there's no broken teeth though. Alrighty, now we're going to dive inside of the front gearbox, see what it's all about. Just got all the screws out. See all the nasty grease and grime on it. Some areas of this gearbox needs to be re-smoothed out, and yeah, once we clean it, I'm definitely going to do some cleaning and some smoothing out on this gearbox. Needs it. Let's open it up. Let's try to be as slow as I can and as gentle as I can. So there's one half right there. Pull this one back. So not complicated at all. It's fairly simple design, I guess. Looks like it's got, like, just like the other one, it's got like a little bit of a looks like bearings on this right in the middle here to allow even more smooth action. So yeah, we'll disassemble this thing and then clean everything good. I will say I had a little bit of issue trying to remove these shafts out of that gearbox. Probably gonna have the same issue. It's just because there's a little wire in the center that's a little thicker than the rest of the shaft, and it was binding inside of the bushing there. So have to hammer that thing out, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just kind of concerned when time to put ball bearings on it. So that could be an issue. All right, let's go ahead and break it down. Alrighty guys, so as you can tell, the Ripper is all spread about all over. Everything's been washed and wiped down. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna start doing some assembly. And once I assemble something such as the gearboxes, I'm going to put the gearboxes together. We're going to go ahead and start doing some paint work on the driver. Get him painted up, let him cure up as well. And then, yeah, I think that would be a good starting point for a reassembly. Then we get into the chassis and all that good stuff. All right, so now we're gonna get a top speed run. We're based off the 0. So let's see what the Ripper will do. Take her as far out I can get her. All right, let's bring her in, see what we got. Let's see, we got 19 miles an hour. It's not bad, guys. Not bad at all. All right, let's go on to our regular run review now. All right, now we're just gonna do our regular run review. I think she's all ready. Let's go ahead and give her a go. So we've seen it does about 19 miles an hour. It probably would do 20 because I did run this thing quite a few times. So I would imagine it's definitely capable of doing 20 miles an hour. It's not too bad considering that it just has like almost like a normal motor in it. Just slightly a little bit more modified. It's a 25 turn versus a 27. Just gives it a little bit more torque off the start line, which is definitely evident. Steering is pretty quick. I got it on a somewhat of a lower power setting because you really don't need that much power when you got 4-wheel steering. All right, let's drive a little bit on a little off-roady terrain, see how she does. Do a little off-road action right here, see how she does. Got a little lift right there with the wheel. See if I could get a little bit more input. Right there, yeah. Nice, nice. Did a pretty good tight corner there. All right. That's a girl. Yep. All right. Awesome. All right, let's do one small jump. All right, let's bring her in. All right, that's gonna be a wrap on this bad boy. I think the Royal Ripper turned out pretty cool. Sharp old car. Drove nice. And 19-ish miles per hour is not too shabby for this thing, guys. It's not 50 mile per hour car, but it doesn't need to be. So, yeah. Mild mod motor helped it out a little bit. It's a heavy car and quite fragile. So, hit that like button and would love it for you to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, guys. Alrighty, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.